Rawteur. Picture this. You finally get to see a new Superman movie, James Gunn's big reboot. And in the middle of this gorgeous mid-air sequence, Superman and Lois Lane lean in for this sweeping romantic kiss. Except, if you're watching in India, you won't see it because that kiss, gone. Cut. Yeah, India's Central Board of Film Certification decided that 2 kiss scenes, including a 30-second mid-air makeout, were, quote, overly sensual. And if you're thinking, wait a second, this is Superman we're talking about, not some steamy late-night Skinamax flick, you're not alone. This isn't about violence or gore, which are usually the big targets for cuts. This is about romance, and that's the part that kind of makes you stop and go, what exactly are we protecting people from here? It's Superman. The guy literally stands for truth, justice, and a pretty clean track record. But apparently a mid-air smooch is a step too far. Now, India's board has a long history of trimming down Hollywood films to meet local cultural standards. They've cut everything from kisses to jokes to entire plot points before. But here's the rub. You're not just cutting a scene. You're changing how a story feels, because anyone who's ever watched a Superman movie knows the Lois and Clark relationship is core to the character. It's the thing that humanizes him. Without those moments, the movie plays colder. And here's where it gets tricky. On one hand, you can say, hey, it's their country, their rules, filmmakers know what they're signing up for. On the other hand, you start asking, if we keep slicing out the human parts of these stories, what are we left with? Just action scenes stitched together? There's also the whole financial side. These cuts aren't just artistic decisions. They affect how movies perform in huge international markets. Studios spend hundreds of millions of dollars on these tentpoles, and if the board says you can release it, but only after you cut this, that's what they do. Because losing access to India's market, that's not an option when you're chasing global box office records. If this sounds familiar, it should. This exact kind of censorship is something I dug into in my video, The Death of Counterculture. In that video, I talked about how studios will bend over backwards to meet local demands, trimming or reshaping scenes because the financial upside of a market that size outweighs the artistic cost every single time. But you know what? I get it. Cultural sensitivity matters. Every country draws its own lines, but it's wild how inconsistent those lines can be. We're okay with explosions and cities crumbling, but 30 seconds of romance? Absolutely not. It makes you wonder, are we really protecting anyone, or are we just pretending we are? Think about it from a fan's perspective. You're paying for a ticket. You're hyped to see this new Superman that everyone's been talking about. And then somewhere in the middle of the story, you feel like something's missing. Like an emotional beat didn't land. Because it didn't. It got cut. And you weren't told ahead of time. So here's the pain point. You didn't get the same movie everyone else got. And you probably still paid the same price. That always rubs people the wrong way, doesn't it? And does the audience deserve to know what was changed before they hand over their money? So my question to you is, if a country censors a film, cuts out key moments, do you think they should have to warn audiences ahead of time? Or is it just part of the deal when you're watching movies internationally? Let me know what you think. If it's your first time here, welcome in. If it's your second time here, make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to like this video, and for more raw reports, check out this one right here.